How far would you go to take a day off from work? How far would you go? Maybe you would create a little white lie scenario. Would you lie about a death in the family ever? No. Would you stab yourself? No. So that was the case.
That's a definite no.
Stressed out businessman in Japan told police he was stabbed in the hip by an unknown assailant. But during further question, when the police showed up, he admitted to stabbing himself with a knife he found near the subway station. He just had to get out of work.
So you got to think about what you're doing in your life if you're going to stab yourself to get out of your job. You know what I mean? You can change jobs. You're not locked in. Like,
well, you know,
reassess.
Japan, you know, they have a ton of, with financial pressures and stress, the culture is one of not complaining.
It is.
The suicide rates are actually quite astronomical in Japan, with 30,000 suicides just last year alone. So there is some psychology behind that. But I will say, the guy didn't plan his story very well, because the inconsistencies made the police figure it out like that. And he finally just fessed up. All right, I found a knife and
that your work environment is your #1 source of stress. Absolutely. I suppose if you were in a bad relationship, that could be too, but that eventually goes away.
38% of U.S. employees have lied to get off of work. So that's almost half. And whatever profession, I'll say this, so you just have to come up with a better scenario than stabbing yourself.
You know, 65% of Americans say they're stressed out about work. And knowing that as an employer, I have all of my employees get 6 days off, paid time off, PTO, where you don't have to give me a reason. You don't need to give me a reason.
That's better.
That's great.
It's better.
Yeah.
Because then you just know, hey, I need a day off. They're going to take a day off.
They get 6 of them, and if you take 7, well, that one's not paid.
It would be better if more employers go with the concept that you have, which is it's paid time off. And whether you need an emotional day off, because a lot of times we only think of sick as physically sick. But if you are so overworked and stressed out, you are emotionally sick, quite frankly. And I feel
I don't
like
want you to work anyway.
Right, so just look, you don't have to tell me why, but you've got these certain number of paid time off days, and I don't need to know. You don't need to stab yourself.